Today we're going to be doing a full body Pilates class using the mini band. I have a nice elastic one here. It's quite a heavy one, but use what you have at home. I would recommend using more of an elastic one than a material one, just because the material ones are quite hard and we're going to be doing a lot of stretching with this band. Okay, so we're going to put it aside and then we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up. Nothing too hectic, and then we're going to get into the workout. We'll be doing a lot of standing work today, but we're going to start on the mat in a 4-point kneeling position. I want you to bring your hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to take the opposite arm and leg. So I'm sending my left leg, my right leg out, my left arm out, and then I'm just going to tap the mat. Exhale, lift. So during this exercise, you'll notice that you are really connecting to the core. So you're drawing that belly button in towards the spine to help you stabilize. Think of that opposite rib tip connection. So drawing that opposite rib down to the hip. Let's go for another 2 on the side. Last one. Lower it all back down. We're going to go straight into the other side. Right arm, left leg. Lifts, lower tap, exhale, lift. So stabilize into that core. Waking up the core for today's class. Your gaze is down towards the mat. Exhale as you lift. Make sure that your back is flat. Pretend that there's a water glass or a wine glass or a coffee cup on your back. Let's do another 2. Last one. Lower it back down. Walk your knees a bit further back now. And then I want you to arch your back, looking slightly up. Take your glutes over your legs. And then we're going to ripple the spine forward, flexing the spine. Inhale as you arch, take the glutes back. Exhale as you take it forward. So we're just rolling through the spine, mobilizing the spine. Waking up our body for today's class. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, arch it back. Then I want you to ripple it forward. Stay here. Make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. We're coming into our push-up. So your hands are about shoulder width distance apart. Draw that belly button in towards the spine. Lower down, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stay with me. Bring the elbows in towards the waist. So we're getting into those triceps. Make sure that you have a strong half plank here. Last 2. Then we're going to go into the last one. Exhale, lift and press. Press yourself up. Take your band now. We're going to take it over the wrists. And then extend our arms long in front of us, making sure they're about shoulder height. I want you to create tension on the band. So really think of pulling that band apart as you bend the arms in. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you extend. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. So we're getting into the core as well. Remember that tension on the band, keeping the arms up. Stay with me. We're going to add a lean back. So really getting into the core. You're going to lean back as you take the arms, bend the arms back, shift it forward. So I want you to make sure that you're keeping your back straight. You're not dipping the hips, so you're not lowering down the hips. You're leaning back. Okay, very good. Let's go for another 4. Get into that core. That core lifts you. Last 3. 2. 1, take it forward, create that resistance on the band, bend the arms in, little pulses up. So we're taking up higher than the shoulders. Whew, my arms are burning. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up here, about shoulder width apart. And then you're just going to open, really open up that band and then close it. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Okay. On your next one, close, lower down, exhale, press and lift. Opening up the band as you lift up. Exhale. Getting into those delts, into the shoulders. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up here. Take that band now behind your back. Put it around your wrists. Okay, and then you're going to hinge forward, and you're just going to lift and lower those arms. So exhale, lift, pulling that band apart. Keep that tension on the band. Make sure you're looking down towards the mat, slightly forward, getting into the triceps. Pull that belly button into the spine so that we're still working the core. Hold it up here, and then I want you to open and close. So really put tension on the band as you pull it apart. You might not get a lot of movement here, but just focus on really pulling it apart, connecting to those muscles, pulling the core in as you exhale, as you take it out, and draw that core in. Hold it up here, little pulses up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all down. Release the band. Take the right arm up and over. Slide it down, coming into a nice tricep stretch. Taking a nice big deep breath. And then we're going to go into the other side. Sliding the left hand down the back, feeling a nice stretch there. And then releasing. Give me a nice shoulder roll as you release the shoulders, releasing the tension in your body just for a minute. And then we're going to come down seated onto our mat. In the middle of your mat, I want you to make sure that your knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat, about hip distance apart. Hold on to that band, take it forward so that it's in line with the shoulders. And then we're just going to tuck the pelvis under, rolling back into a half roll back position. And when you're here, I want you to make sure that you're drawing in the transverse abdominis. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll it back, scooping in the abs. Give me some tension on that band. Inhale, lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, take it back, rolling into that flexion of the lumbar spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rolling back. Okay, let's go for another 4. Getting into that core. I want you to really focus on that tuck under of the pelvis as you roll back. Keep the feet on the mat. So if you need to fiddle with them to find out what's comfortable for you, you can do that. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Last one here, and then we're going to hold it back. I want you to lift that left leg into tabletop. Take the band around that foot. Hold on to the band with your right hand. You can lower the left hand down to the mat. And you're just going to press the foot away as you pull the band in, the elbow in towards the waist. Draw that core in. So really feel that belly button to the spine. And then release slowly. Exhale, pull and press. Inhale, release slowly. So stay in that tuck under the pelvis. Can you give me a little bit more of a tuck? So we're really getting into that core. Feel that belly button draw in towards the spine, coming into our row. And use that quad to extend that leg. Good. Let's go for another 2, and then we're just going to add. Last one. On your next one, you're going to extend the leg and you're going to twist coming into your row here. So we get into those obliques and then take it forward again. Okay, stay with me. Getting into the core, into the arms, into the back, into the legs. Okay. Let's go for another 3. Take your gaze towards your elbow as you draw it in. Last 2. Last one. Take it forward again. I'm just going to scoot down my mat and then roll down onto my back. So bring the other leg to tabletop now. Take it in on the band so that your feet are flexed. I want you to press that lower back in towards the mat. Okay, you're going to take your left hand towards your right leg, take your right arm behind your head, and then you're going to lift up into your ab curl, sink the belly button down towards the spine. Press your hand in towards that leg, and then you're going to tap that left foot to the mat. Exhale, lift. So you're really creating opposition here with your right leg and your left hand. So I want you to really press into it as you lower that foot. Keeping that intra-abdominal pressure, making sure that there's no coning. Take your gaze towards your thighs. Exhale, lift, press into that hand. Very good. Let's go for another 3. Getting into the hip flexors. 2, 1. And then we're going to extend it long. Press, 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 press. Bend it in. Stay with me. Okay. Really draw that core in. Belly button to spine. Press in, creating that opposition. We're nearly there. Let's go for another 3, 2. Last one. Lower the head down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a nice release here, rolling up the hips, because we work the hip flexors hard as well. Okay, and then we're just going to roll up to seated. Take your feet together. Come in as a nice butterfly stretch. Extend the spine, lifting up, creating length, and then rolling over. Taking a nice big deep breath here before we go into the other side. Whew. Tough work, but it's going to get harder. It's going to get harder. We're going to do some nice standing work, really get the blood flowing. Perfect. Okay, so take the band in your hands now. Let's just do a couple of half rollbacks here. Exhale, tucking the pelvis under, rolling back, scooping in the abs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll under. Inhale, lift. Let's do another 2. Last one. And then on our next one, you're going to hold it back. Bring that right leg to tabletop. Take the band in your left hand, right leg. You can lower that right arm, and then you're going to press it out as you row that arm in. So really extend that leg. Keep a soft bend in that leg. Scoop in the abs. Feel the abs here. Are they scooped in? Is your stomach flat? No coning. Give me a nice tuck under the pelvis. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it forward, and then we're going to add the twist. So exhale as you twist and press that foot away. Inhale, bring it back to center. So create resistance even as you bring it forward. So we're not snapping the band forward. We are creating that opposition, and focus on that nice twist, getting into those obliques. Let's do another 2. Take your gaze towards your elbow as you bend it in. Last one here. Bring it back in, and then we're going to roll down onto our back. Take the band and the feet again. Press that lower back in towards the mat. Right arm, left leg this time. Right hand comes behind the neck, the head, and then you exhale, lift up into your abs. Check your abs. Make sure they're flat, no coney in the abs. Press in towards that left leg, and then you're going to tap that right leg down. Exhale, lift. Keeping that lower back pressed flat into the mat. Keeping that resistance, that opposition. Let's go for another 5. Stay with me. Gaze towards your thighs, not towards the ceiling. Think of sliding those ribs down towards the hips, creating that intra-abdominal pressure. Last 2. Last one. And then we're going to extend it long, create that opposition, bend it back in. Don't snap it back in. Make sure that you are slowly bringing it back in. Okay, let's go for another 5, 4, try and keep the left leg still. I know I'm struggling a bit here. Last 3, 2, woo, press into that hand. 1, hug it in. Woo, roll out those hips. Okay, taking a nice release. Extend the body long. Across the mat, opening up the abs, arching the spine a little. Just stretching here. Nice big deep breath. Just taking a moment on the mat. And then we're going to roll up to seated. Take the band now over the thighs, just above the knees. And then we're going to come into a kneeling position on the mat. So you can fold up your mat here, make it double so that it's easier on the knees. We're going to come into some kneeling squats. So just fold it up nicely. Put your knees on it, about hip distance apart. And lower down onto your feet. And then we're going to take your hands to the hips. You and exhale, lift up into your squat. Inhale, lower. So really think of drawing that core in, belly button to spine. Exhale, lift and draw that transverse abdominis in like a corset. Getting into those thighs, into the glutes. Stay with me. Last 3, 2, squeeze the glutes, 1, lower it about halfway. Now I want you to tuck under the pelvis and then arch the spine. So we're coming into our pelvic tilts. Exhale as you tuck it under. Inhale as you extend the spine. So we're just staying in our half position and tucking. So we're feeling a nice burn in those quads. Last one here, tuck under, arch the spine, and then you're going to tuck under again, little pulses here. Little exhales as you pulse, burning out those thighs. Let's do it. Let's do it. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, untuck that mat. Okay. Mat is untucked, and then we're going to lift up into a kneeling position. Take the right leg forward. You can lose your band here if you want. Tuck that back foot underneath, coming into our lunge series. Exhale, lift up out of the lunge. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So really make sure that you're drawing those inner thighs together so that you can keep your stabilization here, your balance, belly button to spine. Let's go for another 3. Exhale, press up. Last 2. Last one, press up. Lower down. And then you're just going to shift forward, straightening the back leg. Front leg stays bent. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shift forward. So we're just hinging forward. Keep that balance. Feeling a nice burn in the thighs, in the glutes. Last 3, 2, 1. Shift forward, hold it here. Bring in that left foot, take it back. So we're coming into a nice press back, working the glutes. Weight is in that front foot, in the front heel. Exhale as you take that foot back. Last 3, 2, really extend that leg back. Feel that tension on the band. Last one, hold it back here. Weight is in the supporting leg. Exhale, lift that foot off the floor. Inhale, lower. So lifting it up as high as you can without losing your balance. If this is too much for you, too much balance work, go back into the first one that we did. previous exercise. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot in. Now I want you to tap the toes to the mat so there is light pressure in the toes. The weight is totally in that supporting leg. Coming into a staggered squat, lower down, exhale, lift and press. Feel the weight in that right heel. So the left toes are just there for support. You're actually pressing up out of that right heel, feeling it in the glutes. The glutes are going to burn, which is good. That's what we want. Okay, last 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. Little pulses here. Finishing it out strong. Feeling a nice burn in the glutes. Last 4, 3. Can you get lower? 2, 1. Lift it up. Woo! Shake it out. Come to the back edge of your mat. Shaking it out here. And then we're going to tuck the chin. Rolling down vertebra by vertebra. Soft bend in the knees. Swaying it out side to side. Walk the hands out to a nice plank, a nice strong plank. Slight tuck under the pelvis. Flat back. And then we're going to stagger the feet coming into a nice side plank. Take the arm up. And then lower down. Exhale, lift. So we're just doing a hip dip, lifting up. You can bend the bottom knee if you need more support. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Neck in line with spine. Last 3, 2, 1. Take that hand back down, coming into your plank. Lower down all the way onto your stomach. Coming into some nice back extensor work. So take the hands out to the side so that you look like you're in a W position from above. Elbows in towards the waist. Lower the head down towards the mat. On your inhale, I want you to lift the head up, coming into slight extension of the back. So you're not looking forward like that. You're looking down towards the mat so that your head is in line with the rest of your spine. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. So use those back extensors to lift you. And now we use the inhale here as we lift, because we're extending the spine. And naturally when we inhale, the spine slightly extends. So that's why we use a nice inhale. On your next one, I want you to hold it up. Take the arms off the mat, send it forward. Exhale, bend it in. So we're staying up in that extension. Make sure you're not overextending in the neck. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in. Take the arms down. Press back to nice well-deserved shell stretch. Nice big deep breaths. Shaking up the hips. Whatever feels good. Extending the arms forward. And then rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Now before we go into the other side, let's take a nice water break. So take a sip of water. Just rolling out the neck, taking a moment here. Okay. I'm going to switch positions. Coming into this side. Coming into my kneeling position. Okay. So when you are ready, lift up into your kneeling position. Take the left leg forward this time. Feel free to take the band off if you need. And then you're going to tuck the back toes under. Exhale, lift up into your lunge. straight back. You're moving up and down like an elevator. Exhale, lift and press. Inhale, lower. Draw that core in, that belly button to spine. Very good. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the inner thighs together. On your next one, you're going to lower down, hinge forward, extending the back leg. Front leg is still bent. Feeling a nice burn in that back thigh. Lower the knee down. Get some depth. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Last 2. Last one. Stay forward. Bend in that leg. Extend it out again. So really press onto that band. Create that resistance on that band. Extending that leg long back behind you. Feel the weight in that supporting leg. Getting into that glute. Last one. Hold it back. Draw in that core. Find that balance. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower tap. Stay with me. That's the thing about 2 legs. You've got to do it on the other side. But that's okay. We're here to work. Let's go for another 3, 2, leg is straight. 1, bend it in. Make sure that you are just placing weight on the toes and in the back heel. Lower down, exhale, lift. Coming into our squats. Draw that belly button in. Press into that supporting heel. The toes are lightly on the floor. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. Little pulses here. Can you get lower? Try and get lower. Let's finish it out. Finishing out those glutes. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Shake it out. Coming into the back edge of your mat. Okay, we're going to finish out today's class. We're nearly done. Stay with me. Let's roll down vertebra by vertebra. Whew, feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Walk the hands out to a nice strong plank. Now I want you to make sure when we come into our side plank, you're coming into the opposite side. So staggering the feet, lifting the arm up, lower the hips, exhale, lift and press. Getting into those underneath obliques, press up out of that shoulder, press the side waist away from the mat. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand back down, come back into your strong plank, lower all the way down onto the mat. Okay, let's finish out with some glutes. So make sure that your knees are externally rotated about mat distance apart. So bring them further apart, bring the heels in together. And then you're going to exhale, lift, pressing that pubic bone down into the mat. Inhale, lower. Rest your forehead on your hands. Exhale, lift, lifting the thighs off the mat if you can. If you can't, then just feel the sensation in your glutes. Trying to draw the belly button in towards the spine. Last 4, 3, squeeze those glutes. 2, 1, hold it up. Extend the legs long. Bend them in. Tap the toes together and then extend. Inhale as you extend. Exhale, bend. Feeling it in the hamstrings and in the glutes. Last 4. Extend the legs long, 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 find length. 2. Last one. Bend it in. Lower it down. Extend the legs out long. Press up and back to a nice shell stretch. Ooh. Taking a nice big deep breath. We're going to come into a nice little bit of a stretch, cool down. Just calming down the nervous system. So like how we started class, we're going to ripple the spine forward, extend the spine, arching the back, and then take it back. Inhale as you extend the spine. Exhale as you flex it forward. That should feel so good on the back. Okay, last one. Take it forward now. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Lift that left arm to the ceiling. Oh. Take it under, thread it through. Coming into a nice thread the needle stretch. Resting down on that left shoulder. Lifting back up. Take that right arm to the ceiling. Thread it through underneath the left. Big deep breaths. Lifting back up. Take that band off. Okay. Coming into your mermaid. Right leg is in front. Lifting up and over the left leg. Nice side stretch. And then take it down. Bring your chest towards that right knee. Folding over. Extend the spine. And then flex it forward. Extending the spine, arching the back. Really nice stretch there. Lifting back up. Switching leg placement. Left arm up and over. Lower it down, face your chest towards that leg, that knee, arches the back, flex the spine. Coming back up. And then that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this one with the mini band. I really got into the glutes, into the arms, into the core, everything today. And if you have enjoyed this class, please give me a like, comment down below if you'd like to see more classes like this. And don't forget to subscribe so you see more of my videos. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.